I was baptized as a baby. I went to a parochial school where the subject of religion was taught every day. I was confirmed, memorized Bible verses. I rarely missed a Sunday. That was Mom's thing, is you don't miss church unless you're literally on your deathbed. You always go to church. Don't get me wrong, all of those things built a good foundation. However, I still knew deep down there was something missing. Thinking back deep down, I didn't have that deep hunger or spiritual awareness. I knew deep down there was something more I was missing. But you just kind of go on day to day and just kind of go through the motions. Then Caleb entered the picture, and everything changed. Immediately coming to Harvest, I knew it was different, but a good different. I could relate to the message and how it applied to my life. I guess you could say it was kind of dumbed down for me. Nonetheless, as our relationship went on and I moved to Omaha for college, I found myself finding a spiritual-filled church, not a Lutheran church. I had been to Lifegate in Omaha prior with my childhood best friend. She and I would go with her mom. We would just have a girls' weekend, and they would take me to Lifegate. And just like Harvest, those services were different. I came out feeling so refreshed as I could apply the message to my life, and again, there was something different. Fast forward to 2018, Caleb and I were married. We were figuring out life living in Kearney, and we were told about a church called the Igloo. And that's where we started to plant seeds together. After being going to Grace, which was actually the technical name, I found myself growing personally and spiritually and longing for that deeper connection in my relationship with God. And I knew the next step was water baptism. Throughout all these years, having been with Caleb and going to different churches, you learn what actual water baptism was. It wasn't getting sprinkled as a baby. And so after also learning that, I knew that water baptism was the next thing. I looked back and watched my video, and it made me a little emotional. Going on with life, sometimes you forget those special moments, especially the ones that you get to share with your spouse, that make you grow deeper together spiritually. As I reflected on my water baptism, I think back to myself how I was 10 years prior and how much I have not only changed physically but spiritually. After being baptized coming up from the water, I just remember that feeling of being so refreshed. As I was preparing this, I looked up the definition of refreshed, and it means to have new strength or energy, which ironically, that's how I have felt after being water baptized. You see, you start to see things differently because your commitment to God becomes deeper.